What is up, woke family? It's your boy Woke Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. So the topic that I'll be discussing this live stream today is in regards to 10 minutes of men keeping entitled women in line. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to watch this live stream, right? We're going to watch this video of men keeping women in line, right? Especially based off of their delusion and entitlement. And then from there, we're going to react to the video either in the middle of it or after the end of it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into this video, man.
What?
I want to try something. Try something new.
Let's get it out. What?
I want to try something new.
What do you want to try?
Something new in the bed.
Ooh, what you want to do?
I want to lick your butt.
That's the best reaction I've ever seen in my life. And why did she think that he was going to accept that? This girl is on some weird shit, bro. I don't think that
I'm gonna keep it a buck. The only reason why she would feel comfortable talking to her man like that is because her man has showed her some type of weakness. If not, she would have never tried that.
Don't let your wife stop you from finding your soulmate.
Man dipped! Man dipped!
Simple. Trust me, don't. Don't be taking them L's. Prenup.
Now you guys tell me, is that a good or bad relationship advice?
I'm gonna say that it's in the middle. You said don't let your wife stop you from finding your soulmate. You know if she's truly your soulmate if she signs that prenup, because like I said before, marriage is a business. You feel what I'm saying? Now, do I fully agree with them? Not really, but at the same time as well too. You feel what I'm saying?
No, can never be my boyfriend.
Dearest madam, I do hope that this communication finds you well. I am enjoying the weather this morning. Morning dew is percolating off of the grass, yes? I do believe so, yeah, no. Just wanted to, obviously, I believe the young people call it shooting my shot at her.
Let's go back.
Jokes, bro. And he looks serious when he said it. Simple. One thing I agree with him on is the prenup. That shit is necessary with these modern women, especially if you have a lot of money and resources that you worked hard for.
A man that approaches me with the words, yo, can never be my boyfriend.
I'm gonna say this one thing real quick. A man that approaches you with the words of yo, I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from when you're saying that it's not really the best way to approach, but every woman has a different way of how she wants her man to approach, especially in the black community here in America. If you're a man and you approach a black woman specifically like that, more likely than not, especially if she finds you attractive and you're tall and you're everything that fits into her description, more likely than not, she's going to go for it. But not every woman likes to be approached like that. So if that's her, that's her. You feel what I'm saying? Well, let's listen to what the brother has to say.
Dearest madam, I do hope that this communication finds you well. I am enjoying the weather this morning. Morning dew is percolating off of the grass, yes? I do believe so, yeah, no. Just wanted to, obviously, I believe the young people call it shooting my shot at you, and just wanted to marvel in your beauty in the morning as the sunlight glistens off of your body. I do hope this finds you well. I wish you all the best, and do take care. Do take care. If in whatever reason you decide to respond back to this communication, I will promise you a good rogering. I most certainly will.
This is the thing about women. They can like the man from head to toe and like his personality and humor. But if they see you wearing something that they don't like, or you approach them a certain way, for example, they'll say exactly what this woman said right here. Yeah, he's a good guy, but just because he only wears shirts, she's not.
Like I said again, once again, you feel what I'm saying? She has to find you not only sexually attractive, but like the words that come out of your mouth, especially with black women, right? They give you two different types of tests, right? They give you the physical appearance test, right? If you got the jewelry on, if you got the nice fit on, you know what I'm saying? You're tall enough. Not saying that you need jewelry, but I'm just like it's extra points, right? Then the next thing is the vibe check. How is the vibes? Like how are you? How do you act around her, right? What do you say? How do you say it? Right? What is your demeanor? Right? You can basically not only say that it's with black women, it's with most women, right? You have to pass both those tests on a consistent and daily basis. You pass those tests and you're in a good position. You know what I'm saying? If not, more likely than not, you're gonna either end up getting wronged one way or another. It is what it is, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get back into this video.
That was the same reaction I had when I saw this video for the first time.
So she said when he lets you smash after you ghost. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down because I think women don't understand what the situation is, right? If you're a woman and you ghost a man, and either one of you guys go back into each other's lives, whether it's more, and then more likely in this situation, based off of what she's talking about, it's going to be the woman that went back into the man's life. So if you ghosted that man and you went back into his life, understand that at this point in time, you're just going to be used for recreational use. He's going to smash you as many times as he can, and he's never going to take you seriously. So what women have to understand is that two things. Number one, if you want this man to take you seriously in the future, if you're going to ghost him, stand on that. If you ghost him, do not expect to go back in his life and he's going to take you seriously, because what he'll do is continue to smash you, and then you'll think that he's going to take you seriously, but he's literally just going to use you as long as he can until you decide that you don't want to be with him anymore. Or number two, not even number two, understand that at the end of the day, bro, your body's a temple of God. If you abuse your body, understand that God's looking at all of these things, and he's going to make it very, very hard for you to be able to have the right type of man come into your life because you've abused your body multiple times. So with that being said, my point in which I'm trying to make is that you really have to be careful of the certain actions you take. How is this considered men keeping women in line? He's keeping you in line because he's not taking you seriously. Every woman wants a man to take her seriously. If a man is not taking you seriously and he's just using you for recreational use, you are literally useless, because that's all you provide. That's all you provide. You feel what I'm saying? You're literally nothing to him. And what women have to understand is that when men generally have intercourse with you, they're just doing it to have intercourse. With y'all get your feelings attached, which is not a bad thing. That's how it's supposed to be, right? But you got to understand, like I said, there is an energy exchange that's going on between you guys having intercourse. And on top of that as well, too, you need to put yourself in the best position possible by making yourself be a respectable person to that man. Because if you show that man that you're not a respectable person, he will literally use and abuse you. But in this situation, obviously with this girl, she did it to herself because she ghosted him and went back to him. Don't be dumb. If you're going to ghost him, stand on that, straight up. And you better have a good reason too. Let's get back into this video.
Make it make sense.
No, don't start with the family stuff. Like, your family's so perfect, your brother's a pervert.
Don't talk to me about the sexual habits of family members. What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
A dick.
Get
Damn. Number one, this is supposed to show you, I'm telling you, this is supposed to show you men keeping women in line, because the thing is that she tried to come for his family members talking about how they were bad, but her sister's obviously, you know what I'm saying, for the streets, at least in this video, what you're using the TikTok for. So what I like to do in a lot of situations like this is that I like to relate these things back to the Bible, because people don't realize that most of the things that happen in the world right now either occurred in the Bible or the Quran, if you're Muslim, or even the Torah, if you're Jew, right? If you're a Jew. There was a passage in the Bible that talked about how the Pharisees basically brought a woman that was basically a known prostitute at the time to the temple, right? Jesus was obviously there, and the Pharisees basically tried to test Jesus by asking Jesus, what should we do with this woman? She's basically sinned so many times. What did Jesus do in response to the Pharisees testing him? Jesus said to them, let that person that has never sinned throw the first stone at her. Let me say that again. Let that person that has never sinned, just the same way you guys are accusing her of her sinning, let that person that has never sinned throw the first stone. Both Pharisees left. Because the thing is that, why did I bring up that point, right? Because some people are probably going to ask, how does that relate to what we're watching right now? In this situation, obviously Jennifer Aniston, whoever she played in this movie, right, had no problem trying to criticize or castigate the man, but as soon as he threw it back in her face about what her family members did, she became quiet. My sister's been through a lot. It's like, then don't do that. Don't dish out what you can't serve. None of us are perfect, you feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got to always speak the truth. And always understand that if you're going to criticize somebody else, look at your own life too and see how your life matches who you're trying to accuse or who you're trying to castigate or criticize. Let's get back into it, man.
This movie scene gets me all the time when he says a lot of thick. Good movie. What do you guys think? Have you ever watched it?
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? What? What's the problem? She moves pretty fast for a girl in a wheelchair, huh?
I fucking lost it when he said, you ever get the feeling of being watched? What are those women trying to do? He's going to do his job at the end of the day. And it's funny how that other woman runs up on him like she's going to do something. Just leave the guy alone and let him do his job.
So Bailey, am I getting late tonight? Yeah. Hey babe, thanks for paying.
Now that is a good girlfriend. You pay on dates, she pays on dates, you both get laid, life is good, everyone's happy.
I'm coming to London.
When are you coming to London?
You are my husband.
I'm not your husband. I'm not a man.
Ah, husband.
No, I'm your wife.
Ah, sorry. I am your wife. You are my wife. Sorry.
No. Do you know what? I'm getting sick of you.
Bro, the fact that she thinks he's trolling her, when in fact his English isn't that good, makes this hilarious. He mixes the words up, but he means well.
You warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls.
What makes you special then?
I never said I was. But you're trying to say, well, what makes me different from, like, a lot of women operate the way you do. Women, it's a dance between the two genders. Men are trying to get sex. Women are trying to get resources, time, attention, whatever it is that they're looking for. And a lot of girls play the game better than guys. We talk about this openly on our podcast. And we're teaching guys how to not necessarily get finesse and get what they want out of girls, which a lot of the times is intimacy, but they're not able to get it. But girls are easily able to obtain money, time, resource, attention, whatever it is. Girls are running laps around dudes.
Listen, from...
So, if we were to just address what Myron Fashion Fit basically talked about, he basically mentioned how a lot of women are basically running laps through dudes and basically trying to put them in a position where they're at a weaker position because they're trying to simp for the women. And he basically just tried to check Brittany Renner and tell her that, listen, at the end of the day, stop trying to make yourself seem like you're special when you're really not, right? And the thing is that what Myron did, a lot of men are scared to do, which is to check women and to let them know, like, you got to stop trying to parade around as not only a strong and independent woman, probably not in her case, but strong and independent woman and thinking you're special and understand that at the end of the day, you're just the average female. So you need to behave in the best way possible in order to be able to attract the right type of man. You feel what I'm saying? Well, let's continue.
From a male's perspective, this is true, especially in this day and age. The majority of these modern women finesse guys. That's why you should be cautious around them. The argument that he makes here is applicable to modern women. But I don't agree with everything he says on his podcast, because sometimes he says some crazy shit, like cheating, for example. It's allowed for men and not allowed for women. It's not permitted for either, in my opinion. But he says that a wealthy man with power and status can exercise options. I'm not talking about those men.
I agree. A wealthy man with power can for sure exercise his options. But like I said before in my previous live streams, if you're a man that's wealthy, if you're a man that's not wealthy and you want to exercise your options, you need to let the woman that you're with know that, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be monogamous to you. I'm going to deal with multiple women. I'm going to deal with other women. Are you okay with it? Because if you're not okay with it, then it's best for us to part ways. Simple. That's all you have to say. Now, it's obviously up to her to make the decision on whether she still wants to be with you if you're going to be if you're not going to be monogamous, right? That's completely up to her. But at the same time as well, too, you got to let her know. A lot of men are scared to do that because a lot of men don't really realize their value. So if you're a man that doesn't realize your value, this is your opportunity to step up. This is your opportunity to level up. This is your opportunity to become the person that you know you're meant to become. Level up and make yourself into the best version of yourself so you can be able to become more confident, especially when you're dealing with women. Let's continue.
Talking to the majority of society.
Bro, what the?
What?
Stop spending your money on shoes.
Why does it matter?
Because, babe,
When I buy shit for you, You don't complain, but when I buy something for myself, why are you spending your money?
Babe, look at all the shoes you have in the back.
Are you paying for them?
No.
Okay then, shut your ass up.
Exactly. It's
This is my thing. I think this is a double-edged sword. I mean, obviously we see the brother's shoes in the back, and this is my thing. If he wants to spend his money on shoes, let him spend his money on shoes. I definitely get where he's coming from at the same time as well too, when he says that when he buys stuff for her, she doesn't complain. But when he buys stuff for himself, she has a problem with it. And obviously that is a little bit of a double standard. But at the same time as well too, if we were to play devil's advocate a little bit, not that I believe in the devil, right? I'm pro God, 100% God. The devil is going to be in hell. Forget about you, devil. With that being said, if I were to play the advocate to an extent, unless she's trying to help him realize that that money that he's spending on his shoes, he could be investing it into assets, completely fine. But she has to keep that exact same energy when he buys her stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want to make it fair. But let's continue.
It's not your money to begin with, so stop complaining. Guys, always take care and treat yourself well, because that shows that you love yourself.
All right, ladies, pull out your mahogany cards. I'm about to get called that, but let's roll. We all know that women love money and status. Don't believe me? Just fight the statistics. In marriages, when women had more education, they were 93% more likely to date a man who makes more money than them. And pause for more reading. So with that out the way, that's why when girls give advice to men like, oh, just be yourself and oh, she'll like you if you just be nice. And to me, that's the more socially accepted answer, which I don't blame them for. But ladies, if you want to give a man some real game, tell that man to show extreme signs of ambition, grind, and 3, not to be crazy needy. Because think about it. These men who these women are marrying who make a bunch of money didn't get to where they were putting the woman first.
I agree with everything that you're saying. We're gonna wrap up this video. So I agree with everything that the brother was saying, right? I think in situations like this, the reality is that obviously we all know that women like men that are obviously ambitious, that have the grind mentality and that do things to be able to level up every single day, not only themselves, but the people around them. But the reality is that women, to an extent, also don't even know what they really want. They're scared to speak the truth. They're scared to tell people what they truly want because I feel like if they say what they want, they're going to be judged. Now, the reality of the situation is that women have to learn how to feel more comfortable actually saying what they truly want, and men at the same time as well too also need to learn how to be comfortable saying what they truly want in order to be able to put yourself in a position of success. Like I said, it's up to you when you're dealing with certain women as a man and women, certain men. You have to let them know what your standard is. Once you let them know what your standard is, especially if you're living up to your standard, for them to decide whether they're going to deal with it or not deal with it. And that's completely up to them to decide that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, with this live stream, it was supposed to be, you feel what I'm saying? Women basically being kept in line by men in order to be able to become a better version of themselves. The reality is that men lead, women follow. Men originally were put by God to be in positions of leadership. If this society, especially when it comes to the dynamics between women and men, can learn how to let men lead without questioning every little thing that they do, right? Not saying that they can't be questioned from time to time, but it's all about the approach as well too, right? Question him if you seriously need to, but at the same time as well too, you got to let him lead. You're going to see society start to function more properly, and things can move better towards the progression of society. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. Just come in this live stream. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, subscribe to the channel at WokeeBucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so with social media links. Instagram is EBUKS.860, EBUKS.860. Snapchat, ALEXCHUKWUEBUKA. For what I'm saying, follow me on IG, subscribe to the Snap. For what I'm saying, not subscribe, but add me as a friend on Snap. Before I'm saying, I add back, I show love. Leave comments in the comment section. Let's continue to grow this family, woke family, and we're gonna continue to get better and better. But it's gonna be in this live stream. This is WokeeBucks, and I'm out, man.